You're now listening to the message with the big homie Grand Marquis, and we got a special guest with us today. Coming through today, man, to drop some knowledge, man, some wisdom and understanding. Y'all might know him from the Three Keys podcast and also out here in the real estate game, man. Sergio, Mack, man, what's happening with you, brother?
Hey, what's happening, man? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Yeah, man, we're gonna dive right into it, brother. I'd like to introduce you, man. What's the name of your real estate service, man?
Ruby Realty. Yeah, located in Nashville, Tennessee, man. But we serve anywhere from North Nashville to Nebraska, anywhere from Memphis to Mack. You feel me?
Yes, sir, man. Out here doing great things. How long have you been in the business, man?
Man, I've been in real estate for almost 22 years in some shape, form, or fashion. As far as the sales go, I've been in real estate for 11 years, and I've been a broker owner of my own firm for 4 years.
Oh, okay, got you. Cool, man. Yeah, man. As far as like the market, man, of course, man, we're in a new phase right now, man, in 26. Last past year, man, it's been a lot going on in that world, man. And what do you think? How you think the market is gonna? Do you think it's gonna improve? Going into this new wave, man, or how you think that's gonna turn out, man, in the real estate market?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. Also, man, I think I've had my firm longer than 3 years. I think I'm 4 or 5 years, but I don't even know. But we can just keep it at 4 years.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, I'm sorry. I was thinking about that answer, making sure it was accurate when you were asking me the question. So, what was the question again?
No, I'm just thinking, you hear things, in regards to the market, the housing market is doing certain things, at certain levels or whatnot, man. You got a lot of people out here saying the market is not a good time to buy, it's not a good time to, do etc., man. And I just wanted your thoughts, as far as transitioning from the previous year to this new wave with the market. What are your thoughts on the market as a whole?
Man, I'm glad that you put it like that. That was very, very real how you placed it. If you ask 10 people, depending on where that person is, you might get 10 different opinions about where the market is and where it's going. Mm-hmm. The only thing that all 10 can agree on is where the market done been. Mm-hmm. That's easy work, right? There is never, and I say this all the time, there is never a good time to buy the wrong house.
Right.
It's never a bad time to buy the right house. So a lot of the people out there that are saying it's not a good time to buy a house, it's not a good time to buy a house, when you ask them what they're basing that opinion on, it's something that's unique to them. And they don't either know how or they haven't been presented with an opportunity as to say, you know what, this is a good time to buy a house, right? So buying a house is different than any other thing you ever done in your life. But regardless of what you're buying, some of the same principles stay the same. So yeah. Right, so it's like if you're not sick and you don't have a cold and you're at the grocery store, you typically aren't going to buy NyQuil, right? If that's your thing, you're not going to buy NyQuil if you're not sick, right? So a lot of people say that's a bad time to buy NyQuil,
right?
But then there are other people that say, you know what, I don't have any NyQuil at the crib, let me go on and get it. Since it's on sale.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right on.
It's the same thing in real estate. When everybody wants a house, that's when the houses are the highest.
Right.
When ain't nobody wanting a house, that's when the properties are cheap. Or when everybody can't afford a house because of interest rates or home prices, that's when houses are harder to get, and those prices start to have to come down. So it's really an individual to individual type of situation. That's why it's best to get a real estate professional. There are none better than myself.
Right.
But you need somebody that is well versed in what the market does and the actual business behind real estate, the hustle behind real estate.
Absolutely.
You don't learn that in school.
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of people get it twisted. They think that all realtors are created equal, and that's just not it. You know, real estate school or classes don't teach you the business side of real estate like that.
Right.
They teach you how to pass the test, but you got to get out here and make wins and make losses and cut your teeth on difficult situations,
right,
to become a great real estate professional.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad you answered that, man. For those, who, seek real estate or whatnot. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. This next question, man. I'm curious about this myself, man. Of course, we're moving into the future, man. The futuristic of things out here, man. The technology, the AI, intelligence, and I was peeping this ad, man. According to Walker and Dunlop, and they're talking about the data centers in the future of real estate. So, they're saying that data centers, small cells and cell towers require physical space, and things like zone and geographical elements in proximity to existing infrastructure can limit options for construction technology. And they're saying that it must intersect with real estate to find optimal placement and contribute to a rapidly evolving market. I wanted to ask you, man, what's your take, man, on the digitalization of real estate, man, or if you've even been hearing anything about digital real estate?
Yeah, okay. That's another good question. Digital real estate is such a broad term. When some people talk about digital real estate, it can be something like let's go from one spectrum to the other. Let's go from something more physical to something that's less tangible. Okay?
Right on.
So when some people are talking about digital real estate on the tangible side or the physical side of things, a lot of people are talking about warehouses that are used to store and house software. So you buy a building and you put servers in it, and with those you kind of have systems that need to go. You need cooling systems.
Right.
There are all these types of pollutions that come out, and so so sometimes it's really commercial real estate, but I've seen it used as digital real estate.
Right.
Is that kind of what you were?
Absolutely, man. That was more of my take on that too, man. I've been kind of like doing a lot of research on that, and just looking at that from a certain point of view, man. Like, how would that look, man? Digital real estate, and the way that real estate has always been for like decades, right? So yeah, man. My last question with that is, and you can answer this in any way, fashion, or form, man. How do you think real estate can remain attractive, efficient, sustainable, and profitable, man, now and in the near future?
Okay. Before we hit that question, let me round the other question off.
Okay.
Because when we talk about the commercial side of real estate, where you're getting a building and you're doing you're housing servers and things like that, that's one form of digital real estate.
Right.
And there's another form of digital real estate that can be referred to when it comes to if you own stocks or index stocks in real estate portfolios. Like you may invest in an index stock or a real estate company that trades publicly, and let's say they just buy apartment units under 100, apartment buildings with under 100 units. Right. You never go see these units. You never go visit this apartment complex. You know what I mean? But you are a shareholder.
Right.
And that's another form of digital real estate, because you're a shareholder. In a sense, you're a landlord, but everything that you're doing as far as business goes is done digitally. You're doing everything from your phone. You're doing everything from your email.
Right. So that seems to be like more of an internal type of thing, right?
When you say internal, what you mean?
Like when you're speaking on like shareholders, doing things from digitally from more of an internal level.
Well, it's all publicly traded.
Okay.
If you can, it's publicly traded. You can download apps such as like Robinhood.
Yeah,
it's a really good app, and you can find these real estate companies that are huge, and a lot of them are like index companies that are huge, and they will own hundreds of apartment buildings across the country.
Right on.
And you can buy a share or two, or as many shares as you can afford. And real estate is a very low risk, low return type of business.
Right.
So you don't want to get off into a lot of risky real estate if you don't have the money to lose.
Absolutely.
But there are some low risk, low return things, especially when it comes to digital real estate, in that, it's just like any other stock that you may purchase. And the last form of digital real estate that we can talk about right now, and there's several others, but these are just the three biggest that come to my mind. You have the commercial, where you're going to house software. You have stocks, which you can be a digital landlord, so to speak. But last but not least, you have your Instagrams, your Facebooks, your YouTube. These things are essentially digital real estate.
Right.
Because if I got 1 million followers, right, and I have a 24-hour storyline, I can charge whoever X amount of dollars to rent my storyline for the day.
Right.
Or I can charge whoever X amount of dollars to post their product on my page for a certain amount of time.
Right.
So I'm essentially renting them my social media platform.
Right.
So that's a form of digital real estate. Also, once I have 1 million followers, let's say my Instagram is Rob's Soul Food, where I'm just talking about soul food recipes and I'm sharing soul food recipes. After I get 1 million followers, I can then take those followers and leverage that to somebody else that may be starting out and they want to pick up where I plan to leave off, right? So I sell them my Instagram page, or I sell them my Facebook page, just as I would a house or just as I would a commercial building. See what I mean? So that's the last form of digital real estate that just came to mind. But there are several ways, and I think that kind of lends to your next question. But I'm gonna let you ask it to make sure I understand it fully.
Yeah. It was just and there's some great info on that, man. Great response on that, man. And other than that, just your thoughts, man. The end of that particular question, your thoughts on, about real estate being attractive, efficient, and sustainable and profitable, man. Between now and the near future. But you pretty much answered on that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to kind of stay ahead of the curve with any kind of industry, any kind of business. It's always about what's happening tomorrow. If you wanna survive, you can pay attention to past or take note of the past and feel where you're moving in the present. That you know, the faster you can get ahead of a curve or ahead of a wave and get yourself in position with any industry, but especially real estate, you'll come out on top. A wise mentor of mine told me years ago, you find out where people are moving in the future and you buy the land now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you find out, but that's with any business. You find out what people are wearing. You think about what people are, you figure out what people are going to wear in 10 years, and you go ahead and start producing the stuff now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Figure out. Can you imagine? Remember, see, I'm a little older than you, right? But I can remember when people didn't drink bottled water.
Right.
There was no Dasani or anything, or Aquafina or anything like that, I don't think. It wasn't mass produced, or it wasn't hugely available where I was growing up at.
Right, as it is now.
As it is now, right? So imagine the person or the people that said, you know what, in 2025, people are going to be going crazy drinking water. And it's 1990. But in 2025, people going to go crazy drinking water. And so they start investing and they start producing plans of how to put themselves in position where in 2025 they can control just a portion of the market. If you just control 2% of the water world, that's millions of dollars over and over and over.
For sure.
You know, so it's the people that figured out what was coming more than the people that wake up and try to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Moving along, man. You know, my next question is, we're going to speak on behalf of the Three Keys podcast, man. And, man, tell us a little bit about Three Keys, man. And what actually inspired you to develop the Three Keys podcast platform?
Okay. The Three Keys podcast was created because during COVID, a lot of podcasters were, coming to the surface, and I started looking at stuff, and I was getting into podcasting, but I was doing what everybody else had done. But the strangest thing is, this was my second time with a podcast. I had a podcast back in 2010, before podcasting was anything, before YouTube even was monetizing sites. And I can show you the emails that YouTube sent me way back then talking about monetizing my station, and they were talking about owning my station, and it freaked me out.
Right.
And I didn't want to monetize. I didn't want to lose my rights and all of this other kind of stuff. Now, 15 years later, I'm begging to be monetized, right? but back then, it was so fresh and it was so new, and my podcast was extremely, I don't want to say negative. It's just where I was mentally about a lot of stuff. Right. It was, you know, most people tend to grow over 15 years.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure, man, for sure.
Yeah, so
if they can't understand that, then man, I don't know what's up, man, with that.
Yeah. So my first podcast, it didn't even have a name. It was just a thoroughbred media. So we did like videos, and I was into music. So we did that kind of stuff. But me and one of my good friends, Hawk, we would do a podcast section where we would, or a podcast segment where we would talk about current events. So at the time, it was like talking about Octomom, who was big at the time. We're talking about Rick Ross, who had just kind of hit hard, you know, at the time, and all of these other things. But it was in podcast form, and YouTube started banning us. Like they started. This was back during MySpace.
Right.
So I already knew my way around, you know, cameras and audio, and I had a recording studio. So I already knew all of that. So when I came with 3 Keys, it was okay. I already know what I've done before and it worked.
Right.
Let me do something using the same formula, but I wanted to be positive. I wanted to bring the knowledge to people. I wanted the wisdom and the understanding to come with it. And so I've been blessed and fortunate enough to grow the site. I think we're up to 14,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know, we're doing numbers, but we're doing numbers bringing the right type of information to people.
Right.
So if you want something negative, if you want something that's dealing in the messy underbelly of the culture, there are several
man, I'm telling you,
podcasts that you can go to for that.
It kind of looked like that's been taken over or something, man. I don't know what's going on with that, man.
It's a distraction, man.
Yeah,
it's a distraction, and that's why I really like your podcast and what you're doing. There are ways to address social issues,
right?
But do it in a positive and productive way. And that's what I'm focused on. It seems to be what you're focused on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's quicker, right, to jump out there with the mess. It's quicker to talk about the mess between Cardi B and Offset, for instance, right? We can jump out there and we can talk so much trash about what's wrong with her and how dare she and what's wrong with him. But then where's the value in that for wrong people?
And you know what, man? Speaking on that, you know, I tell a lot of people, man, you know, with this audio cast right here, man, the message, you know, I tell a lot of people, man, we really don't put on for the internet, man. We do this for the people. You know what I'm saying? You might see some stuff on the internet. You know, I create a lot of stuff, and sometimes I'm live with a lot of stuff, man. But it's really not to be seen or to put on, man. It's just, you know, part of the situation, man. And we really just trying to reach out to the people who want to, you know, seek knowledge, man, to seek some info and insight on a lot of great things from a lot of different great people, man, that's doing things that a lot of people don't really get the chance to hear about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, instead of the norm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what gave birth to 3 Keys. Was spotlighting those people who wouldn't normally get the type of exposure for just doing right.
Exactly.
And for just doing good. So I have lenders that I know go against the grain as far as getting buyers financed, and I have community activists that, although the media may paint them out to be renegades or radicals or something like that, these people have hearts big as the ocean that are really trying to change the community by being the change that they want to see. Right. And, you know, comedians that's on the rise and established comedians and so many different people who I feel like it's dope.
Right.
And that's when people ask me about, hey man, I want to get on. Can I get on, and what I need to do, and how much does it cost? And I got so many episodes in the can. I'm actually going to release the episode next week. I always tell people, if I feel like you dope, you're going to be on the show. It might not be today, it might not be next year, but if I feel like that I just want to interview you, not for nobody else, just for myself. That's how you end up on the show. Because at the end of the day, I want to share this experience with somebody because I feel like they that dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything else just kind of falls into place.
Yeah.
Right? The followers and the views, all of those fall into place. But I'm spotlighting the people that I want to see because I appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah, because we man, to be honest, we all put here for a purpose, brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, we put here for a mission. Everybody has a purpose on this planet, man. And to fulfill that, man, is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I love what I do in podcasting, and I love to talk to other podcasters, but I only talk to other podcasters, and I only get on other podcasts where I feel like that it's positive.
Right.
It's okay. Like, one thing I do like about the message is you're dealing in the truth, but it's not painted with this negative brush, because, you know, the truth don't care who tell it.
Right on.
But, right. But a person can talk about the truth in such a negative light that the truth could be hurtful.
Right.
Or a person can talk about it in a positive light, and the truth can be healing.
Right.
You know, it's either going to be traumatic or it's going to be healing. You take a lady that you done cheated on, right? You come in, and I know it's an extreme case or whatnot, but the same truth that you tell her, if you base it in something to traumatize her, you definitely are in a position to do it because she's vulnerable.
Right.
But you can also base it in something positive, and you're in a position to help her heal. Although she's vulnerable now, she might crack you upside your head, and that'd be part of her healing. But that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The truth don't change.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And once again, man, you're now listening to The Message with the big homie Grand Marquis and our special guest for the day, Rob Sergio Mack. And the message is brought to you by. I actually forgot what it's brought to you by. But no, I'm just kidding, man. The message is brought to you. The message is brought to you by the Hot Stop. Find your computer accessories, man. Go check them out. Get what you need. Also, man, I would like to give an acknowledge to Nara B, new Nashville headquarters, man. Out there in Nashville 10. They are welcoming everyone to the new headquarters, designed to support the members and host meetings and strengthen the impact of developing people. And I also want to send a quick shout out to Rayshawn Reeves as the newfound president of NARB. So congratulations to him. If you would like to, brother, you can expound on NARB, man, for the listeners if you'd like to, man.
Okay, yeah. NARAB stands for the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, and they're 103 maybe. It's over 100 chapters. It's like 103, 106 chapters across the country. Most major metropolitan cities have a chapter. Mm-hmm. Nashville has a thriving chapter, which I've been president. I've also been the regional vice president, where I was over 7 cities in the southeast. And currently, Rayshawn Reeves, who you mentioned, is the current president. He's doing an amazing job. But the work, it is an amazing opportunity to do the work to bring home ownership and also real estate information and education to the masses and to the community. Our community is starving when it comes to wealth because of a lack of information and a lack of knowledge. The NARAB is working to bring that information and bring that knowledge to the people. So we really need to continue to get the word out. Now we have a headquarters where our members can utilize things like conference rooms and fitness centers and all types of things to bring us into this next era of real estate. Another thing about NARAB I want to touch on, real estate is extremely competitive. It's extremely rare to find people that you get along with. And NARAB you actually, especially in Nashville neighborhood, you actually can work side by side with people that work for different brokerages and are from different backgrounds and still get along because it's based in a mission more than it is a friendship. Like we get the work done, but the mission comes first.
Absolutely.
So it's not a lot of hackiness. It's not a lot of mess as much as it is a lot of people that are achieving goals together. So I definitely want to give a big shout out to Rayshawn, also to Shawanda Dotson Crawford, who was the president before her, Letitia Woods, who was also a president and a regional vice president, LaTanya Martin, who was also a president and regional vice president. Like, this list can go on and on and on.
Absolutely.
When it comes to NARAB.
Yeah.
And this is something else, Brother Marquis. When we think about real estate these days, you get your real estate license, you can go anywhere and sell real estate in Nashville.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
20 years ago, 30 years ago, the inception of NARAB wasn't like that. If you was an African American real estate professional, you think you was gonna go to Jolson and sell a house in the middle of the night? You think you was gonna run to Gallatin
right.
and sell a house in the middle of the morning? Is that what you thought real estate
right.
was? So it took an organization like NARAB that put African Americans together because it's strength in numbers and it's strength in unity. And so when you put that many African Americans together and said, guess what? You can't just jump on them in Jolton now. You can't jump on them in Gallatin now because it's more than us. Things started to change and things started to work as far as bringing safety to real estate professionals. So it disappoints me sometimes when I do see African American real estate professionals and they're not a part of NARAB, not because they don't know, just because they don't choose to be. It's almost a little heartbreaking because it's like, there were people that got harassed and got beat on and maybe even murdered.
Oh yeah.
For you to be able to sell real estate wherever you want to sell real estate.
That's right, man. That's right.
You and you're taking that for granted.
Right.
So but we're here to provide the education to not only the people but also the real estate professionals, how to grow their business and push it to the next level.
Absolutely. And my apologies, correction, NARAB, to all members or whatnot. Don't slip my throat or nothing like that. I'm thinking about NARB.
Oh no, it's all good. I knew what you.
I'm on my music thing. I'm thinking about NARB, the producer or something.
Man, a slip of the tongue, because it's so many different organizations. Where you can say NARAB and it's something totally different. You can say NAREP and it's a total. So that's why I sometimes just break it down and say, hey, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, Nashville NARAB. I've done it for many years, and if you're in real estate or you're interested in real estate on any level, even if you have a restaurant and you want to get to know some people in Nashville, I encourage you to come to a members meeting because real estate affects everything that we do.
Absolutely.
Like, if you're renting something, you're part of real estate. If you're leasing something, you're part of real estate. If you're living in grandmama's house, you're vested in real estate.
That's
you
right.
have to get the education to push you to the next level because that's what we're about. We're about leveling up, and that's another thing that the Three Keys podcast I pride myself on is leveling up. Now, if you go to my social media or you go to Three Keys social media or something like that, you will see a lot of comedy there because that's the only way I know to get people the information that they need because people like to be distracted. Culturally, we're raised to be distracted. Let me ask you this, Brother Marquis.
Yes, sir.
So when you was a kid, right, and your mom needed to give you some medicine, right, a lot of times she would put the medicine off into some applesauce or something like that, right? That's how I treat marketing when it comes to 3 Keys. I'm gonna give people this medicine, but I'm gonna hide it in between something that I know they like, something that I know is sweet, but it's also gonna be something that I feel like is wholesome. I'm not gonna hide a message of home ownership in a post or a reel about somebody getting jumped on or somebody getting killed or something like that. Like those are 2 different extremes.
Right.
So I might find a funny reel about I don't know, somebody slipping and falling on ice, or and it's hilarious, and then run in a reel about home ownership, or the next episode I have is about home inspections, and I have a vetted, wonderful home inspector that's going to come on, and he's dropping a lot of information that I feel like the people need. So when it comes to getting people the information, like I noticed with your audio cast, that you have music and behind some of your content, right?
Yes, sir.
I think that is a way to get the message to people, because what you're talking, if you keep it by itself too much, it may come off as being a little bit too educational.
Right.
But you hide it in a dope beat, and it's like, that's that applesauce I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, you got to figure it out, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man, for sure. And you know what? You actually was elaborating, man, on my some of the key points on my next question, man, about how important it is to receive the proper education when it comes to the future of our communities and neighborhoods.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, that's the only way that we're gonna get out of what we're in right now. Like, as a community, we're dying of thirst.
Right.
We're dying of thirst. We're starving. We don't either have the education, or we don't know how to get the education, or we're so distracted or numb to the hurt that comes along with not having education. You got people that are running around the projects right now that are so numb to the projects that they don't even realize the state of living that they even in.
Exactly.
It's all that they know.
Exactly.
Right? And see, I grew up in the projects, and I was fortunate enough to have family that didn't live in the projects, so I kind of understood that it was more to the projects than the projects.
Right.
But I also found out that it was more to the suburbs than the suburbs.
Right.
And it gave me that duality. So right now, our people are dying of thirst. Our community is dying of thirst.
Yeah.
And when I say our people, our community, I'm not just talking about African Americans, right? Because that's a little different. I'm talking about the people of our culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I gotta start there, because when we talk about African Americans, our kinfolk ain't your skin folk.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's true.
I was raised to do a lot of reading and do a lot of research. And when you talk about African Americans, a lot of people feel like African Americans or black people is just one thing, but it's over a dozen different types of African Americans.
Let's believe it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a dozen different kinds of black people that can live in the same side of town.
Right.
That's because me and you both black, we could be fundamentally different.
Right.
So, but when we talk about culture, that's when we start to have this cohesiveness, and that's when we start to have things that are extremely alike. You got whoopings when you was little, I got whoopings when I was little.
You better know it.
That was the culture. So when it comes to whoopings, we brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know how they can smell the first thing in the morning. You know how, your little sister used to look when after she got her hair done, and she got her forehead all greased up on Easter morning.
I was about to say, I come from that era to, when grandmama and mama, they made you go to the bush and get the stick to whoop you with. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's culture, right? But see, all black people didn't go through that. All African Americans didn't go through that.
Right.
So when we talk about, if we're just talking about going to the bush to get a switch, that becomes a culture glue. So that can include black people, they can include white people, they can include Indians, anybody that went through that's a culture thing. So when I talk about our culture that's dying of a thirst from not getting the information, that transcends race and class. It's all about, listen, we are here, let me tell it, we are here to help each other, and we're here to be kind to each other.
Yes, sir.
Like, I spent a lot of my life not helping people. I spent a lot of my life not being kind to people.
Right.
And it didn't get me anywhere. You know, it didn't feel good. Yeah. Right? So I try to be that change I want to see in the community, and also network with people that are attempting to be that change, because I love to see it. I love to help people that help people.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of people that help me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I have so many people that help people.
And that's absolutely. And that's why, man, like every time me and you have ever spoke, man, I've always mentioned being around the right kind of people. Because it's kind of ironic that you mentioned that about, you say you spent a lot of time like really not, being in a position to help people that much, or not just helping people at all, right? Mine had a spin on that. I was vice versa. I helped a lot of people, man, did a lot of great things for people, but a lot of it, a whole lot of it wasn't reciprocated at all. So I had to grow. I had to grow and learn about associating with the right people and helping the right people. Because you can help some people, man, and they still don't want to be helped. They still want to stay where they at. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah. Go ahead.
And to your point, you can help people that still are stuck after you done helped them to the point you done started hurting yourself. They still will be stuck, right? But then you have other people that you can help just so they can turn around and hurt you.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've went through that so much, and especially being a landlord. I own over a dozen properties. I get burned by tenants all the time, not realizing that they're not hurting me. They're not hurting me.
They really hurting themselves.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They really hurt that. Like that tree we was talking about earlier. When your grandma used to tell you to go get that switch off that tree.
Oh yeah.
That tree gonna grow another switch.
Right.
You ain't hurting the tree. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grow another switch. No sooner than I get you out of this property, I'm gonna get somebody else in the property.
Right.
But this is the killer part. Man. I literally just went through this a couple of weeks ago. I had this lady. She's been renting for me for 10 years. Right. And burned me on rent, moved out in the middle of the night, basically, so on and so forth. So she owed me a month of rent. I had to spend, $600 or $800 or something to get the property back together. So she been with me for 10 years. Right. And she basically broke the lease. She did tell me, hey, I'm breaking the lease because there's this stuff going on in my family, and this and that. As a landlord, you cannot rent to somebody for 10 years and not know that person, and not know that family, and not be there. That's 10 Christmases you done been around. That's 10 New Years you done been around. So on and so forth. Are you with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so she ends up breaking the lease and burning me over a month of rent. Now, she can never come back. Right? I don't care what happens in her life. She can't come back because that's bad business. Yes, sir. Right? But this is the kicker. Her rent was $2,000 a month. All right? If she would have came to me and just been real and said, hey, I appreciate you helping us for all of these years, I can't come up with the $2,000, but I still need to move. I would have respected that.
Right.
But the reason I would have respected it is not because I'm a great person. I'm a good businessman. She been with me for 10 years. When I looked at my books, in 10 years, she done gave me $173,000.
Right.
She actually done bought the house that she was renting from me.
Right.
So why wouldn't I let her slide with $2,000?
Right.
But, you see what I'm saying? But so she hurt herself because I'm the tree that done grew another branch.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Right.
So that's like, but it's not going to stop me from helping males or females, black, white, or other. If I feel like, you know what, you got challenge credit, but your job history is there, I'll take a chance on you. Or your job history ain't there, but your credit is there, I'll take a chance. I'm going to take a chance on a person because I feel like they deserve a chance.
Right.
If they burn me, it hurt them. That's why God keeps blessing me.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
I used to be that petty person that take a person apart. You know what I'm saying? and go through these things. I'm not doing because I have yet to run across a person.
And you absolutely right. You absolutely right, man. You know, most of the time people think they doing you a disservice, but they really doing a disservice to their own self, man. Yeah.
I ain't ran across nobody that did me a disservice or crossed me.
Right.
And when I bump into them later in life, they doing better.
Yeah.
Like they doing better. Like they did all of that.
I tell people all the time, karma's real, man. Yeah. You know, I'm very careful about the things, things that I say to people, things that I do to people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Because that's real.
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild, and people will run around in business, especially.
Yeah.
Run around and act as if there is no consequence to doing bad business, and as business people,
right?
Your brand is everything.
Exactly.
Once you mess it up, it's hard to get back because a lot of people don't fool with you again. Like me,
right?
I don't fool. If a person burn me, not only do I not fool with them, I don't fool with their kids. I don't fool with their parents. I don't fool with their friends because I feel like because I'm from streets, right? Like before all of this, I'm from the streets.
Right.
If a person burn me, I'm not fooling with none of their people because I feel like their people loyalty is gonna lie with them. Right. So why am I fooling with a person, mama, when the sun burned me?
Yeah, and it says a lot about a person's character, man. You know, most of the time when you encounter people like that, man, and I can vouch for you on that, man. Like not, associating with anybody that's tied to them because most of the people that they tied to or whatnot, man, are have the same type of characteristics.
Be with it too. Yeah. Be with it too. Yeah. I was like, nah. So if a brother burned me and his sister reach out to me, nah, my girl, I wish you the best, but your brother did something monkey. Because if I start dealing with the sister and the brother start coming around, how can I tell the sister, man, I don't want your brother around no more? Her loyalty lie with her brother.
Right.
So yeah, we might as well y'all just go on over there and keep doing that. Y'all don't need me for that.
Right.
I don't need to be in that mix. So when a person does do bad business, a lot of the times they don't realize how many people that are affected. Right. Because of the bad business. I know I keep it in mind. So I try to keep my face card. I don't try to. I keep my face card great. Right. Because you never know who's in a position to help somebody you love. And a lot of the times your name or your reputation will enter the room before you do. Yeah, absolutely. Right? So if I'm hiring somebody to work in one of my businesses and they come in and they say, "Oh, I heard you on my dad's audio case. We can have Marquis. Oh, Marquis, for real? Yeah. And you good people." So you know what I'm saying? That's going to go a long way in that interview. You see what I'm saying? Sure. Even if they don't get the job, it's that, hey, let me tell you why you didn't get the job, and let me give you some stuff to do, so once you do that, you can come back and we can have this conversation again. I'm going to take it that extra mile and that extra step to look out for them, because I would want that same type of love and respect if it was my kid stepping across from you
Yeah.
trying to get a job, right?
Absolutely.
But if somebody do you dirty, it's like they come in, you like, man, you know, I don't want you working here because then I got to deal with your dad or I got to deal with your mom.
Right.
She did me dirty.
Right.
No, man.
Yep,
It's
man.
real.
This staying drama free, man. You know what I'm saying?
Free.
Yeah.
So especially at this age, I just ain't for it, man. I ain't for it.
Man, I'm trying to tell
I
you,
ain't
bro.
for it.
I'm trying to
I
tell you.
can't do it, man. I try my best not to do it, man. Life is short and it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, man, come on.
If you look at it right, it's short and it's beautiful, man.
Man, come on. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But man, look, man. Last but not least, man. I'm gonna ask you this last question as we move on to the end of this thing, man. Most of everybody have their different definition of this, man. And I like to hear, people's different definition of this particular word and term. And I want to ask you, what is your definition of success?
Oh, that's a good one. It's changed so many times over the years, but that's a really good question. But as of right now, I think success, or I believe success is when you are sure that you are being used by God.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like when you're sure that you're doing God's will, I think that transcends money, family, hate. It transcends it all.
Yes, sir.
If I'm doing what I know God wants me to do, and I'm being used by God, that's success for me.
Man, that's a brilliant answer, brother. Because
thank you. I have my moments.
Oh yeah, man. Because most people, measure success with materialism, man. Cars, clothes, jewelry, man. So that's a wonderful thing, man. That's a wonderful thing, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I think I was fortunate enough to get to that point because I went through all of that. I went through all the cars and the clothes and all of these other things. And at the time, I could have thought that those things were success, but you grow and a dude used to tell me, man, back in the day, he used to say, man, just live long enough.
Yes, sir.
Just live long enough.
Yes, sir.
And hey, man, that just changed me. And every time I say it, every time I think about it, you just live long enough, you'd be surprised how much you mature and grow into stuff and grow out of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. That's the way I look at it, man. A huge part of my success is overcoming the things that I've overcome throughout my lifespan, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes, sir.
I can imagine. Because you from out my way, right? You from like Haynes Mountain?
Haynes Guard.
Haynes Guard.
Yeah, the real.
How old are you?
I can't say that on air right now, but I'm up.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm up there though. I'm getting. let me just say I'm getting up there.
You getting up there?
We'll finish elaborating on that offline.
No problem. Yeah. All right, man. I remember Haynes Guard, man.
Hey. When I say that, I mean the not the current, the real Haynes Guard.
And the real guard.
Yeah, the real, right, the real.
Yeah, the guard. Yeah, the guard. When they say the guard, man.
Yeah, they used back then they used to call it the garden blocker, either 2715, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir. 2716 White Creek Pipe, baby.
That's it, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, I had a lot of good times. I got a lot of good friends to this day. I'm still cool with a lot of people that came up out the guard, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I give a shout out to somebody?
Give a shout out to anybody you want to, bro.
All right, I just want to give a shout out to somebody out the guard, man. He would never see this one coming. Is Henry.
Oh yeah.
Henry P. I ain't gonna blaze his whole name because I don't know if he want me to blaze his whole name, but Henry P, aka Boo Henry.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I definitely know.
Henry is one of the most solid cats that I've had the pleasure of knowing throughout my life, and I'm so proud of him. Like I follow him on social on Facebook. And I'm just really proud of the brother that he done grew into. When you come out the garden, or come out of Haynes Manor, or come out of Bottle in general, or anywhere from that era. You could have been in South Bay, Lisbon,
Right.
You had to try to break that mold.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You had to try to break a mold because we were all fast tracked to the graveyard in the penitentiary.
Oh yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, it's fortunate enough.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, it seemed like those were the only options back then.
Back then, a lot of people, a lot of people either tried hard to mess their life up, or they tried hard to fix their life, or they tried hard to mess their life up and harder to fix it. You know what I'm saying? And that was my plight. Like, I really made a mess of mine, and was fortunate enough to kind of pull it back together.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, Henry, man, good people,
yeah, big shouts out to Henry, man. Yeah, I know. Buddha, yeah, that's what's up right there, man. Yeah, man. Man, I just want to say, man, big ups to Rob, Sergio, Mack, man, for chopping it up with us today, man. And we also, once again, would like to give a huge shout out to Nareb and what they're doing for the entire music city of Nashville team, man. And until next time, man, y'all check us out, man, on Instagram at IMGA_forever. And feel free to email us at imgaforever@gmail.com. And what are some of your links, man, so they can check you out on 3 Keys, man?
If you just go to Instagram, rob.sergio.mack, you'll be able to get to my Instagram or my YouTube. If you go to Facebook, it's just Rob Sergio Mack, Mack on both. Gotta put the K there. But yeah, you can just follow me and engage, man. Holla at your boy.
Yes, sir. And until next time, the truth may not be what you want it to be, but it is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. We out, man. Peace out.
Peace.